Hi, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my booktube channel. I'm going to be doing my worst 10 books of 2018. I'm glad there was only 10 though, because I read a lot of books in 2018. It could have been worse. It really could have. These are ranked, so I will go from not as least favorite all the way down to the worst book I read this year. Got some opinions, guys. So coming in, number 10 was The Rag Witch. The Rag Witch by Garth Nix. I read the synopsis on the back and I thought it was going to be horror. It wasn't. It was fantasy. Let me tell you, that just threw off my entire groove. But it follows these two siblings in Australia. They see a pile of bones and they go to it. First off, what are you doing? And then it transports them into a fantasy world where this rag witch takes control of the sister's body to use it as her own body so she can rule the land again. And I thought it was gonna be scary and it wasn't. So the brother has to go off on this magical journey and talk to people, and it was just... But yeah, it was boring. I didn't enjoy the plot. I thought it was a different genre. I guess that's my bad. I should have probably realized that. But by the cover, I thought it was going to be horror. So I was excited. I was thoroughly let down. I actually don't even know what happened to that book. I tried to look for it and I couldn't find it. I might have already gotten rid of it. Number 9 is The Fever by Meg Abbott, and this, in the synopsis, it says that there are girls falling ill to this fever that makes them zombie-like. So I went into it thinking people were turning into zombies because of, you know, sickness, a plague. It's not what happens. It's not what happens at all. Mind you, this is the summary, the synopsis, on the book itself. So when that happens, I get very, very upset. Why are you gonna put a synopsis on a book that doesn't describe the book? So this is actually about one girl getting sick. One. And it's not even because of a sickness. It is from it. I mean, the mystery behind what happened to her, why she got sick, figuring that out, wasn't even good. The main character was just like, oh no, she's sick. Who did it? Did you do it? No? Okay. She was a very bad detective. I don't even remember what her name is. I got it on clearance, I think, at Barnes & Noble, like 2 years ago. I'm not that mad. Actually, I am. I paid like $6 for it. But whatever. Number 8 is Everyday by David Levithan. I have not had great luck with David Levithan's books this year. But this is about A, who wakes up in a new body every day. A falls in love with a girl and then tries to make their way back to her. And there is one point in here where you don't find out, but you get a hint at why A is like this, and I thought that was super interesting. And then the book ended without it being really explored. And I was just like, what? And so, the love interest, what is your name? What is your name? I don't even care. The love interest is always also super annoying and homophobic. But I still don't understand why A fell in love with her. I think because A saw a broken girl and was like, oh no, I must save her. But yeah, that was just, it was awful. I have no intention of watching the movie. I did. Not anymore. Number 7, 6, and 5 are all the same series. And that is the Anna and the French Kiss series by Stephanie Perkins. My favorite book out of these? No, I'm not even in order. There we go. So this was my favorite book in this series. This had emotional cheating, and it was my favorite. I hate emotional cheating. It was bad. Y'all, this series was awful. And I don't know if it's just because I read it now, you know, in my mid-20s, and I don't have the same mindset as I did when I was a teenager. I feel like when I was a teenager, I would have loved these. I would have absolutely devoured them. But now that I am more emotionally mature, that was Robin. And I know that emotional cheating is bad. I know that as a 16-year-old, you shouldn't date a 20-something. And I know what a toxic relationship looks like. So this was my favorite. And then it was Isla and the Happily Ever After, which was a train wreck. And then there was Lola and the Boy Next Door. Wow. Did I mention the weird age thing? Because that was gross. And no one saw a problem with it. No one in this book saw a problem with a 20-something-year-old dating a teenager. Mind you, they were all very fast-paced and simple to read. They were just all so bad. So bad. That brings me to number 4, Naomi and Eli's No Kissless by Rachel Cohn and David Levithan. Again, no luck with David Levithan's work this year, unfortunately. The main issue I had with this book, in the like 100 and some pages, my camera died, so I made dinner and I ate it. I don't remember exactly where I left off. I know I was ranting about this. I think it was something along the lines of, you don't get to have a gay best friend as an accessory because they are a human being and not there just for you. And that is the biggest problem I had with Naomi. That It just... I don't know why I expected more going into this based on the synopsis, but I did, and it was very disappointing. Number 3 is The Death Cure by James Dashner. And I would like to preface this by saying I did read this before the whole abuse in Kidlit came out, and the list of names that were released of who abused their power as an author. And I do understand that he was one of these. So I will not be reading more of his work in the future. I mean, based on this book alone, it was awful. So this is the third one in the Maze Runner trilogy. Nothing happens in this book. Nothing. It is not plot driven. It is not character driven. Nothing happens and nothing is resolved. This is the third book in a trilogy and it doesn't end. What the hell? So, even if this wasn't an awful book, I would not be reading more of his. Number 2 is Self-Help by Miranda Singh. Lord. This book was so bad. It was so bad. It was... Now, granted, I used to be a substitute teacher at a school, and I had 5th graders talking about how much they love Miranda Sings. I love Colleen. She's great. Miranda's okay. But going into this book, knowing 5th graders watch her, I expected it to be 5th grader friendly. It was not. There was literal slut shaming with the word slut in it, which I don't think is appropriate for 10-year-olds. So that was one strike. And then it was a collage of just a lot of different random things that didn't mesh well. It was so bad. And I know I already unhooked that. It's gone. I wanted to burn it. It was so bad. My number 1 most hated book of 2018 was Pirate Cinema by Cory Doctorow. This is a near future science fiction novel where if you are caught, downloading it, it's like downloading or copyright, something like that, is 100% illegal. And if you get 3 strikes, you're cut off from the internet for a year. So he's caught 3 times. His entire family is cut off from the internet for a full year. And instead of owning up to his mistakes, his reaction, his solution is to run away. And there was a romance in here that was weird. The love interest was... She was a male gaze character where it wasn't even a Mary Sue. She was just there for the main character to have a love interest. And it grinded my gears. It rubbed me in all the wrong ways. It was just so bad. And this is another one where it doesn't really have an ending. I mean, it ends, but nothing's resolved. There are times when he wants to go contact his family and he's like, no, I can't. I disappointed them. And his family just wants to know he's alive because he ran away for no good reason. It was so selfish. I just could not get past that. Those were my most hated books of 2018. Like I said, I had some opinions. But let me know down in the comics. I have pajamas on. Let me know down in the comments what your least favorite book of 2018 was, or if you've read any of these and you have any thoughts on them, because I'm very curious. Not met a lot of people who have read Pirate Cinema, so if you have, let me know, because I'm very curious. But that's all. Thank you for watching. Hit subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye.